So that leads me to like another question. Like, I mean, going back to you being like a farm raised kid, right? I mean, that means you're probably waking up 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. So like, what is your morning routines post farm life?
um, so right now, and for the last few years, having little kids, the morning starts with absolute chaos. And it's in the best way. One of the boys comes running into the room and says, "Okay, mommy, daddy, I'm ready for breakfast." And Sawyer did that this morning. He's like, "Mom, I got to poop. And also, I'd like eggs and toast for breakfast." And Lindsay's like, "Oh, yes, sir. I guess I'll get out of bed." And then our youngest Wesley is just already screaming in his crib saying, "Daddy, daddy, come," he wants the same thing. Right. So um, I just want to acknowledge that I wish in some ways I could wake up, I could journal, I could sip a cup of coffee on the patio, watch the sunrise, but the parents out there, that's not real. So you wake up with that, and then, like you said, you have a plan. So I always have a plan to do at least some sort of structure. And so once we figure out that initial chaos, I start the plan, which always starts with the gym. So I go to the gym at least 6 days a week, even if it's just 5 minutes on a treadmill, just to get my mind right for the day. Sometimes it's an hour with a personal trainer and I'm lifting heavy and I'm trying to gain weight right now, and just focused on that fitness journey. But some days I just go so that I said I did it, and I start my day off on a positive note of like, okay, I accomplished something today. I walked 5 minutes on the treadmill. Check. Thank you. And then, after that, honestly, I rely on my calendar. I have an amazing chief of staff who runs my life, runs my calendar. Her name's Bella. And she basically gives me my structure and my plan for the day, and we talk about it, and we say like, okay, ideally no meetings before 10 a.m. so I can like do some focus work and stuff like that. And then I have a podcast interview like this, or a few different meetings. Today I ran a staff meeting, like an all team meeting, for our ad agency. And then working on some projects for the rest of the day after this, with Bella, just trying to get organized and catch up and deal with the 100 emails that I have. And to answer your question, though, it's all that morning routine starts with the fitness journey, making sure my mind's right, trying to eat right, trying to drink enough water, trying to get the right amount of caffeine. that's a moving target too. And then I look at my calendar and I do what my calendar says, which has been a huge pro tip for me. Like every Sunday, I look at the calendar, I make sure it's right. I make sure I don't have any weird gaps. I make sure I can actually have enough time between my meetings to like recap and focus and prep for the next one. And then I optimize it accordingly. And that way, every morning when I wake up and I look at the calendar, I can just do what I'm told and show up to the meetings. It's a lot less stress that way for me.
Wow, wow.